Wherever you may roam, you will need the accessibility. Anywhere you have a mobile application or interact with any interface, any design next to you. For example, on this slide, you're driving. Let's imagine you're driving with one hand. For some reason, you're holding your device with Apple Maps. With other hand, you just steering the wheel. You're driving or you making a call, and you're involved in different processes such as, like, I don't know, speaking or driving. And your application must be accessible as much as possible in this situation, because you temporarily have ability, partial ability to interact with your application just with one hand, with one finger. It should be super easy and accessible. Or you're just holding a kiddo on this slide again on one shoulder, and other hand you're speaking over the phone. That's all accessibility. Or looking at this slide, you can see these beautiful letters, which called officially closed captions. Or also, this is a joke. We call these closed captions. Why so? This joke comes from when automatical tool of YouTube is just grabbing your speech and transforms just in air into the text poorly. It doesn't make any commas or full stops. It doesn't come with capital letter. It looks like just smooth blah 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 with no stops. You're not able to understand that those are corruptions. We should separate closed captions from subtitles. There is a definite difference between them. I'll tell you later. And while watching that video before I showed you, you've been able to see that the same closed captions. Why do we need these things, these assistive technologies? So these closed captions or subtitles, they usually are needed for deaf people, for people with loss of hearing, with trouble of hearing, for aged people not hearing well, or of course for language learners, not necessarily English language. It can be applied to any other language, so-called non-native speakers. Now, this is assistive technology which makes your life easier. Okay, we'll talk about all the disability types in the next slide of this lecture. But another slide will tell you, let's say you onboarded and you're flying on the plane. You have this beautiful screen on the seating, but you don't have, for some reason, your headphones. But you wanna watch to the movie. Actually, you're still able to read what's going on the screen, turning on that feature of closed captions or subtitles, or whatever you like to call that. Sometimes we do substitute two terms and use that mistakenly. There is a misconception, but that is fine. We'll be kind for that. Or let's say you are in airport and this is a crowd place, you're not able to hear well. These closed captions or any other things will make your life easier. Or you during the music show on the concert, you text usually, right? You see it visually. Or in a metro bus, you want to save your conversation private, or during your work sessions, or you don't understand the language. For example, beautiful French movie. Okay, let's talk about different disabilities. To understand future testing, we need to know, this is must-know information now, how those disabilities are being qualified, what types of disabilities we have. It will be fun. It's not so really boring. So let's dig into the disability in details, because in this basis for us as testers to understand, to be familiar, in order to get the apps tested, to get the comprehensive test coverage. Okay, here we see in the illustration of time-related disabilities. For example, this case in airport, on the airplane, or driving, those not just natural, those just time-related disabilities, not ability to act or to do something. On top of these are just regular, in quotes, regular people, timely limited in ability to do anything. I just gave you example before, right? An ability to hear or to see, or in the night, for example, not everybody gets. Aging people are not able to hear so well as we young population. To react so fast, to lift a weight, to remember that all we have is temporary. Getting older, we lose our ability to do so well. Mild disabilities or language barriers and severe disabilities, such as paralysis, motoric dysfunction, handicapped guys, situational disability while driving, usually it's just environmental situations. Temporal disability, you're temporarily not able to work, you broke a leg or a hand, you got a trauma in a gym, or you have a heavy stress, you have a loss in your family, or loss of concentration, and that is temporary disability. Looking this side, this is not a temporary disability. Okay, types of disabilities are being classified into 5 main categories: visual, we not see or we see bad, or we achromatical people, or we are so-called what is called color blindness people. There are 3 types of color blindness. You're not able to recognize red from green or so. Auditory, you're not able to hear well. You're not able to understand well and react so fast. Physical disabilities and speech disabilities. Some people are dyslexia, stuttering, cluttering, speech sound disorder. Okay, that's important to know for us. American Disabled Act 508 or 504, 502, 3, those must be laws if you work and operate in the United States, in Canada, if your organization or company is being funded fully or partially in money from government, you must comply to those acts. This is law. This is the letter of law, and this is important. Okay. Word of accessibility. You might be wondering, what is the situation in the world? Like, let's say European Union, they have their own standards of information classified, those similar to American Disabled Act. Australian government agency for disabled guys, they have the similar thing. British guys, Canadians, and even Russia. Those requirements of availability for people with loss of seeing, which is ghost. Okay, it's very funny because I was visiting the ghost Uslugi government services.ru, and it used to be bad, and now I will show you today this website. It's getting much better. Why it's really important? other than just to reduce the low risk compliances, not to be punished, not to lose money. It really improves your user experience, right? Makes your application really, really good, makes it competitive on the market. You have the good UX, you will have perfect UI, marketable, increases market value, better organic search for websites, so-called SEO, search engine optimization things. When you involve people of those disabled populations into your economy, everybody getting advantage from that. Disabled people involved into the social activities live longer. It means they pay tax longer. I'm kidding. Make the world a better place to live for everyone. Nothing permanent. You will lose your ability to do or to get something and prepare this better future for ourselves. Just selfish motivation. And this is a joke. Okay. This is some statistics, like 40.8 million of United States population have some different types of disabilities. 7.7 million of disabled folks just involved into the labor market. They are employed, and since this time frame, 2016-2020, they are actively involved in economics of our country. And this is median earnings in 2020, $25,000 per person, average earning that person can make a year. What percentage of the world disabled overall? 1.3 billion people over the world, or 16% of the whole population, is affected with different types of disabilities. These are the census official stats. We can see with no disability, 81% of folks, 41% of folks impacted. We know different types of disabilities: hearing, vision, cognitive, ambulatory self-care, and this is breakdown of this percentage. And this is how much disabled people work. I'll share this presentation file with you. You can jump into these stats. Okay, 4 principles of accessibility. This is very important. 4 letters: poor, perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. That should be understandable. It should be first perceivable. Your auditor should perceive that information. After that, your website should be operable. I will show you the websites which are completely not operable, out of control. Should be understandable and easy to get, and robust. Please take it in mind when you create applications or when you test the applications. Today I will show you how to test the applications, and you will ask me, hey, why do I need to do that? For example, average salary today is 80,000 up to 120 if you have 2 years of experience. And we still need accessibility testers. Assistive devices. Well, we know that blind people, they use braille readers. We have speech-to-text technologies provided with different companies like Amazon. You can digitalize your speech into text and vice versa. Different switch controllers, the different buttons. Let's say I don't have my hands, right? I just have, like Stephen Hawking, just one controller. I'm not sure if you see my my face now. Can you give me the feedback if you have the picture of my face? Okay, you can see that. Let's assume that I only have this controller. and I operate with my interface like this or like this. Everybody's seen it, right? Okay, the keyboard, that is primary. This is the king of all the controllers. The main primary focus is on the keyboard. It has been invented the first, and the second we got the mouse controller. The first we only got the keyboard. Everything started with the scratch. Sip and puff things. When you sip and puff, and like this you can operate. Eye tracker. Actually, if you have MacBook, you're able to operate with that with your eyes. It's looking at you, and you're able to operate with that. And TTY, if you're not able to speak, you can use that line. Like you can call and you can chat with special language, kind of. Okay. What else? Assistive technologies, American Sign Language. We have seen that on this slide, right? This is American Sign Language. This must be for any government event, or you can see that. And this is the font typeface for dyslexic people, like special font, reading the books with this font. It's easier to them to be on track while reading. Closed captions, also known as transcriptions, or I told you, and special glasses for colorblind glasses. When I've been to Alabama, I got a chance even to see the spyglass with assistive technologies for colorblind affected guys. What companies currently contribute to the accessibility market, which makes your life easier? Almost every company, every good company is concerned with making their products good, better, and your spot is still free. You can be inaccessible. Why I'm so I advocate for being an accessible tester. I just want to say this is not so difficult. Okay, Apple company makes life better. Dell, the Meta company, X, and Worldwide Web Consortium. This is the major organizational institution that creates the different rules for web and for the other accessibility areas. Okay, we smoothly. Okay, any questions, guys? So far, about 25 minutes we spent on the theoretical part. No questions? Everything is clear for you, or questions? Okay, everything is fine. So 5 minutes more till the end of this presentation. We have literally 8 slides, and next part after the break will be the practical hands-on the testing for those who are interested. Okay, the tools of testing. I'll show everything. I'll explain everything. Not having said that, we know different impairments like visual impairment, hearing impairment. Accordingly, these tools are divided into different types, like screen readers, nothing but just voicing over when you're navigating through the product, just speaks aloud and saying this element, this I will show you now. This is NVDA, can be used for Windows, for PC, for JAWS, for PC. This is percentage breakdown of popularity. Currently, we use this product. VoiceOver is this integrated, embedded functionality into Mac, into iOS, into your iPad, whatever. Android also, we have TalkBack tool for Android devices. So this is the screen readers for blind people not able to see but able to hear. This group is for people who able to see, probably able to hear, but not so well. Like we have loss of vision or color blindness. These tools like CCA, which is color contrast analyzer, helps to make your product better. Okay, popular tools like X or Wave or Accessibility Insights or Lighthouse from Google, which is integrated into your testing tool, and of Chrome, Google Chrome product. It's just perfect thing to know. Also, the main tool for testing, of course, just knowing the rules of testing. And we test against so-called WCAG. Currently, there is a WCAG 2.2. And in the pipeline, we'll have in 2 or 3 years, maybe earlier, WCAG 2.3. What is WCAG? Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, also known as, it is pronounced like WCAG. WCAG. Okay. WCAG is being developed by W3 organization. Thank you. Thanks to them. You'll get these URLs with testing with examples. We'll go through the Apple website, Dell. That used to be bad example. Now this is really good example. I was surprised. AliExpress is very bad. I don't know. This is traditional classical example for testing. And we have special website from CVS Pharmacy to test and many other things. Okay, how to test, and this is still theoretical thing. Practical thing will be not so smooth. How to test, since I mentioned the keyboard is main primary tool, main primary controller. It should be considered first. By the way, this is the main and most favorite test case of Michail Portnov. If you remember, he always saying, hey, tap, or shift tab. Like use this button to go through all the website and see if all the elements are accessible. I'll show you real quick. I told you that knowing the rules and guidelines of accessibility of WCAG are being split into so-called checklists. The checklist is just a fantastic tool for testing. It keeps you on track while you're doing your testing. It shows you like just visualize you how much did you cover, how much left, where else, percentage of execution, each and every item should be covered. By the way, if you wondering which is contemporary, most common used standard for testing, this is AA, like 2 letters, AA, which is AA. It's just most commonly met standard for testing. There's a crazy standard also is a AAA, but most companies, like 90% of all companies, don't usually don't test in that. Also, I don't know any other company using just 1A. There is 1A standard as well. Okay, checklists, some helpful checklists for you. And just let me show you real quick. This is the checklist. What does it have? It has different areas, different articles to test from standpoint of keyboard, from visualization, from images, pictures, photographs, from text of your structure, how it is broke down. Oh, by the way, there is single A, double A, and triple A. Yeah, you see that. Controllers, different mobile devices, different forms. You usually operate so many forms, like crazy amount of different forms, right? Like watching the video on the site, listen to the audio, animation, color contrast, photosensitivity. People like epilepsy, they not shouldn't be impaired with your website. If your website is blinking, this is just a scene. Okay, this is the checklist. Another checklist for you is just directly from W3 Consortium. It's just a Bible, okay? And then screen reader demo, it's supposed to be demo. It will be just helpful links, Wizbug, Pixar, web developer, Wave. I personally don't recommend Wave myself. For me, it is not supported anymore. They just stopped like 2 years ago. Highly recommend this accessibility insights for web. This is free tool. This is tool that shows you, that tells you how to test, what to test, and how to fix those tips for your developers. This is free. Also, anything from this list is free. The helpful links. Okay, this video is right here. The beautiful video from the beginning. You can, no. Sorry, it's something else, but this is also exciting. Okay, your questions, and now let me showcase the actual work of a screen reader. If you're happy owner of the MacBook, you can just go directly to the system settings, and from the search bar, Google Accessibility. Being here, you see that all 4 chapters here dedicated to vision impairments, hearing troubles, motor dysfunctions, and speech disabilities. Okay, now we're interested with vision. We're not able to see, but we wanted to hear that, which is voiceover. Hope you just, yes, you can hear me. Okay, and you just turn that on, make it active, and using
voiceover on system settings. Voiceover, window, sidebar, table, row 2 of 47, accessibility.
Okay, perfect.
Understanding WCAG, entering understanding WCAG, visited, link, link, about WCAG understanding docs. Leaving understanding you are visited, link, label tag, top deal, link, laptop deals.
Okay.
You are currently on a mission control.
I guess the idea is clear for you now.
You are currently on a group to interact with items in this group.
Just give me a sec to bring down. Okay, voiceover is off. Okay, a lot of different integrated things, such like zoom text. You see that? Okay, just a perfect trick. I showed you the voiceover principles, which are directly pulling information from your website. Any voiceover tool is directly associated to structure of, to titles of your website, to headers, to the meaningful structure of your website. Okay, now we're going to have this break of 5-7 minutes, and after that I'll answer your questions if you have any, and I'll show you case with testing on 4 or 5 examples. We will have AliExpress, Dell Technologies, we'll have IRS, Medicaid, Californian website, Apple company, Amazon. It will be really quick. Okay. I'll give you literally 2-3 minutes break, or I give break to myself to pull together, and we can continue. hope not everybody are sleeping now. Okay, the question from guys: does this job require 2 years of testing experience in this area or general testing experience? No, this job is necessarily requires any real experience. That really requires your understanding of principles, just basic rules, what you do. As we know, we have the rules, and we test against expected result versus actual picture that we have on the front end or we have on the mobile phone. General answer to your question: no, you just need to be robust in your knowledge, and you grow along the way. Okay, actually, I have questions for you. I can help you with that. Can you hear me now? Any sound troubles? Hey, give me your feedback, please. Okay, everything is fine. Appreciate it. Okay, can we actually automate accessibility testing? This is a question. Yes and no. Yes, we kind of can run the quick testing, quick audits using so-called automated tools. Probably some companies, they have their internal tooling, but usually talking in terms of automation, I usually refer to the X, this tool, X Dev Tools, which is part of your Dev Tools. Go to inspect, and if you navigate, for example, to you can see that, right? From the hidden menu, sub-menu, there is a lighthouse, which also can use as accessibility tool. And this tool from company X is a major giant of this market, helps you kind of automate, kind of run automated tools. I'll give you example in the second part, just briefly. Let's go through all the topics and questions. Okay, what does it do at the so-called automated testing? It runs reports. Usually it is manual process with 70% of manual job. Okay, next question. Can we test for accessibility standalone desktop applications? Yes. What is standalone desktop application? We know this is web-based application. For example, if I have Photoshop, or if I have, I don't know, Figma desktop, this is the standalone. By the way, Figma, while you developing any design, front end for mobile or web, it has integrated plugin. You can pull the plugin from internet. There is a plenty of different. Actually, this is the testing tool as well. That early testing tool that we test before release, before actual development started, or while the testing, or sorry, while the development. Yes, we can test the standalone applications same way. How can we test that? We have this tool, which is called Accessibility Insight for Web. This is nothing but just add on or like a plugin to your browser. Next question. Can we test like McDonald's or airport kiosk, that interface? Yes, we can test it using the same things, the same principles, same toolings. Because within the kiosk we just have this touch bar screen and we have that interface. Can we test mobile devices? Of course, we test mobile devices as well. Can we test TV or streaming platforms? we must test that, because when with remote you go through the navigation, you have that outliner. I will show you. Do we have the rules and acceptance criteria? Of course, we have 2.2 currently, not 2.0. Okay, those major questions you may wonder about. For those who still with us, who not like this guy, I'll start with testing. Let me show you the best example ever. Okay, we have 14 minutes left. I'm not sure why. Probably to keep you focused. What I'm actually doing now, actually, I just take my major testing tool, which is keyboard, and everything starts with the keyboard, and I just start tabbing through the website. I just hit that key on my actual keyboard, forward. Also, I can go backwards, which is back and tab button. I can escape using escape. I can enter using enter. I can go with the cursors. Okay, let's start. What actually we should pay attention to while testing? If you see that screen, right? I make it bigger. We have submenu, menu, different elements. We usually use mouse controller, but some folks use the keyboard. Tabbing through the website, what first thing you see? You see this blue outliner, which shows you, which gives you a clue where you are currently. Using your keyboard, the main principle says that you must get visual indication of the element. This is first. The next, like element should, you should reach out that element. It should be accessible with your, let me go back, or let me go to the menu or sub-menu. Oh, you see that drop down, right? I hit the enter, I see the sub-menu, and hitting escape, I'm expecting personally that folded down. Okay, that's weird. Nice. It's an issue. Perfect. Even any perfect website has the issues. Okay, now let me show you the worst example ever. This is AliExpress. I just go to the main page. It's my first app launch ever. I use the same methodology. Do you see any outliner? No, but if you look at this portion of the screen, you can see that links are changed. That means somewhere on the background, the navigation is ongoing. But please look at this portion of this part of the website. I tab, and every tab brings its own URL. We can see that link. There is a link, but I don't see it with my eyes. Probably, but I don't believe the screen reader will help. But no. Wait, the CVS pharmacy. What we're doing? We see the same, right, situation. We see this, these links are changed, but there is no actual, and also we see that page scrolls down, right? You just noted that page scrolls down. I go up with Shift and backspace and tab. It scrolls us on the top, but there is no actual indication of focus. Okay, the next thing, let's say the color contrast and why it is important. Let's say you're a colorblind person and you're not able to see, to recognize the red from for you, for example, you see like in the grayscale. I have this tooling which changes the situation for you. I select the grayscale. and for you it will look like this. Why it's important to take it in mind while developing or while testing. Let's say you found the issue and say, hey, this is not an acceptable criteria. Let's do it more accessible. Let's do it more marketable and competitive. Or you can use like increased contrast, right? Or it's normal. It's yellow on black. Also gives you some clue while graphical testing. I hope the idea is clear. Like what is color contrast understanding? Let's say we have a gray. Okay. Keep in mind that being like seen in grayscale, this red link will be gray for you, and that means that color contrast. What is color contrast? This is the ratio. This is contrast between this background against this foreground. This is let's say this is a good example. Okay, but let's see. Let's look at this website. From standpoint of color contrast, I would say this is not acceptable. Want to show you this small add-on, which is called WizBug. It is in our presentation. It is WizBug. You just with WizBug, you select this eye guy, and you hover over the elements you want to check. Oh, sorry, you select the accessibility thing, and hovering over the things, it shows you that, look, AA, AAA, that even not complied to AA criterion, and the color contrast of red of this foreground, which is closer layer against the background, is not accessible. This is violation. Like we need to make this red color like deeper, more contrast. We just smoothly change the color on front end. Let's say you go to inspect. Also, you can go to inspect. Looking at elements, you can find your CSS file, and you can see that color is used this RGB according to the RGB model is this one. Picking this, I can show you that tooling which is called color contrast analyzer along with WizBug. This is kind of same thing, but in color contrast analyzer we have a dropper which is able to pick a color for you. Boom, we just pick that color the same, yeah, and it says the rule number 14.3 is violated. The color contrast minimum, you can dig inside, and you can see that for font sizes of 18 points up to 24 points, it must be at least 4.5 against 1. This is the ratio. You will get it later, but this is just generic idea for you. Like that color, let's say if we change this color, I'm not a front-end developer, but let's play with that. Like if you make it, let's say we did it, okay, we just broke everything. Yeah, this is the color contrast analyzing, looking different small and major issues in your web interfaces. This is part of accessibility testing, knowing good UI test. If you do belong to graphical design, it will be easier for you. Okay, this is the primary tool I want to really show you, which is called accessibility insights for web. What does it have? It has everything for you for testing: how to test, what to test, how to fix. Where can you get this tool? You just go to your Google and search like accessibility insights. I'm lazy. Add-on, okay, for Google. Okay, here it is, accessibility insights for web. Just go and just install from the marketplace. It is installed. I just only can remove it. And since this is installed, we can test with that. Open any other website you want to test. Let's say it will be Dell or any other website like a Facebook. Just open that add-on and select assessment. It will be a selection, start new or continue previous testing. Now we're starting the new testing. It has the structure of testing for us. Okay, you can do automatic check. It's already scanning. This is kind of automation. Okay, keyboard. Why I started with keyboard testing? Because I told you twice. This is primary tool. For keyboard controllers, there are different criteria for focus, for structure, inner structure of the website, for heading structure. Links must have descriptive texts, must have area attributes. Different pictures must have descriptions. Let's assume you're a blind person, but you want to buy this beautiful iPhone. Go to website and be navigated to this picture. It will speak aloud. I watch Series 3, for example, or iPhone 15 Pro, and so on. Okay, and this beautiful tooling has different things to do. You just go through this checklist. We have 5 minutes left. I appreciate everybody for your questions today. If you have any questions, you have beautiful chance to ask me now. Just generic presentation, guys, for you. What is accessibility world? What we test, how we test. Okay. I have question from channel. Can accessibility testing be our first job in quality assurance? Yes, it can be, of course. And what to learn to make it happen, if yes? You can start with beautiful links from this presentation. You just immediately can start watching. But first of all, you need to finish this school to get the basic knowledge of testing rules. From this section, helpful links. For example, you can visit Apple website. Highly recommends you to watch that. What is accessibility? Start with watching of this video. I just was inspired. No, this actually not this guy. Sorry. Okay. Later on, I'll share some links with you. Oh yeah. Okay. I guess I see that video. Skip it. Guys, you need to start watching just another hour and a half of this lecture. This guy from Australia is really awesome. He's speaking about, advocates about the accessibility. Actually, he talks about how to test common issues. He's a really talented guy. I just give you a direction to that. I see the questions are coming. Let's discuss. It's not outdated. It's like just 5 years. The basic principles still stay with us. These cannot be outdated. Information is never perishable. In latest WCAG 2.2, we just revisited 1 or 2 articles and added 3 more articles, such as like if you navigate on your UI interface on the mobile and you have your small element, UI element, it is called size of the point of contact. It should be bigger, or it should have at least a minimum size. It never been described, but some testers really naturally felt that. Okay, I guess we can wrap this session. Michael, if you can stop this recording, I guess we're ready to stop. Okay, what is the approach for this testing? I mean, the same as another application, only for the side of people with disabilities. Can you elaborate on the question? I don't believe I really understand. Approach for which one testing? For which testing you're referring? Ksenia. I would say the approach comes through all the devices, through all the platforms. This WCAG, we use it everywhere on any device, on any platform. Yeah, sure. For different types of disabilities, we use, we check each and every website for all the criterions, for all the folks, for folks with the vision impairments, with mental impairments, and so on. Just pay attention when President of the United States speaking on the audience. He speaks very simple, and any nation can understand him. The speech writers doing their job in terms of accessibility. The speech should be accessible as well. Like there is a criterion, like kind of your speech should be closer to 6th grader, like a 6th grader should understand you. EOSL or ESL, English as a second language. You can use your fluoride like speech. Your language can be sophisticated, but it's more makes sense to make it easier. I see the some questions still coming, like Ksenia's typing something. While the question, okay, let's give it 5 more minutes and we really can stop this while you probably have this spot to ask. This is Pixar we've been talking about as helping tools for testing. It has either the picker, like you can check this blue color against the white color and make sure this is really accessible, right? It picks you the color which you bring. This is the color model hex for cascade style sheets from your web. You just pick that and bring into color contrast analyzer. You paste it in here, and you say, sorry. Let's say this is white, right? This is white, and this is that color we copied. Let's say, hey, pass, regular text passed. Yes, Ksenia. Thank you, Michael, for this chance for this spot today. I guess everybody has at least a clue what is accessibility.
Presenter, make